Well, hello again, Buccaneer fans, and welcome to another Buccaneer update on CSUSports.com. Rob Walden, along with the head softball coach here at CSU, Shane Winkler. Softball team had a super successful weekend, hosted the Low Country Invite, swept UNC Wilmington, Dayton, and Presbyterian twice to win the tournament championship. Coach, I guess that's about as good as you could have hoped for at your tournament this past weekend, winning all 4 games.
Well, going into it, that was our goal. It's the first opportunity we've had to really compete for a championship with bracket play and everything. So our goal was to go in 4-0, win a championship. We took care of business. 2
players that we really haven't talked about a whole lot this year on the Buck Update. Shayla Cullum, named Most Outstanding Player. Caitlin Allen, named Most Outstanding Pitcher. If you can continue to get contributions like that from those 2 players, it's going to put you in a pretty good position going forward.
Oh, without a doubt. When we have been successful, it's been getting contribution players that you really don't expect it from. We've said all along our offensive lineup, we can produce 1 through 9, and we've gotten some surprises, some pleasant surprises as we've gone. Caitlin Allen finally got healthy. She had a little bit of a flu bug past couple weeks, finally got some innings in, did very, very well in her 2 starts.
2 games coming up on Wednesday, a doubleheader as you guys host Georgia Southern, and it's always important after you have a successful weekend like you just had to capitalize on it and take those midweek games as well.
Oh, you're exactly right. You know, try to gain on your momentum as we go into our weekend down in Florida Atlantic. But Georgia Southern, very, very tough team. They just had a very successful weekend down in Florida. 2 weekends ago, they won the Florida Gulf Coast tournament, so they're having a very, very successful season. So we're looking forward to the competition tomorrow.
You mentioned your weekend at the Florida Atlantic tournament. Talk about the competition that you're going to face there and what you guys expect from this coming weekend.
Well, we've said all along, we've scheduled very tough this
right.
season. We start right off. Our first 3 teams are 3 BCS conference teams. Play Iowa State and Virginia Tech. Then we get Syracuse, and it doesn't get any easier when we play Florida Atlantic and Jacksonville. So it's a very, very tough competition, but it's only going to make us better in the long run.
And, you know, you mentioned that tough competition has been a theme for you guys. You've played Georgia. You mentioned Iowa State. This will be the 2nd time you play them. A couple games with St. John's. You play Louisville and beat Louisville. Do you think that's prepared your team for the conference schedule coming up in a couple weeks?
Oh, without a doubt. Anytime you get to play the best, it's going to prepare you to do better things with your program. We've scheduled all along with the goals of playing in the NCAA tournament, so we want to play the type of teams that are going to be playing in the NCAA tournament. So I think it's already made us better seeing that type of competition. We continue to grow more and more as a young team, and it's done some great things for us already, and we continue to look forward to see where it brings us.
Well, Coach, like we said, congratulations on the success that you guys had this past weekend. We'll talk to you again next week, hopefully after an equally successful weekend against Georgia Southern and in the Florida Atlantic tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, like we said, CSU softball hosts Georgia Southern on Wednesday and then travels down to the Florida Atlantic tournament to face some very stiff competition this weekend. That does it for now, but join us next time on the Buccaneer Update right here on CSUSports.com.